Okay, today we're going to be making a rich, fudgy Mississippi mud cake. It's made up of a rich chocolate cake topped with gooey marshmallows and a silky fudge frosting, making it extra gooey and just the perfect chocolate lover's dessert. So to start off, you want to preheat your oven to 180°C or 350°F conventional and generously grease the bottom and sides of a 9x13" cake pan. There's no need to line the pan because the cake is going to be served straight from the pan. Set your cake tin aside for now, and next we're going to make the cake batter. So sift together 210 grams or 1 3/4 cups of plain all-purpose flour, 75 grams or 3/4 cup of cocoa powder. I use Dutch processed cocoa powder for a deeper color, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then using a whisk, give that a good mix until it's well combined and set it aside for now. Next, in a large bowl, add in 200 grams or 1 cup of soft light brown sugar, 200 grams or 1 cup of white granulated sugar, 56 grams or 1/4 cup of melted unsalted butter, 105 grams or 1/2 cup of unflavored vegetable oil, I use canola oil, 180 grams or 3/4 cup of room temperature whole milk, 2 large room temperature eggs, and 2.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And using a whisk, give that a good mix until it's well combined. Now next you want to add in the pre-sifted dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and then mix that in with your whisk until just combined. You don't want to overmix, so just mix until the mixture is smooth. Now to finish off the batter, you want to add in 180 grams or 3/4 cup of strong hot coffee. So you can use espresso for this or instant coffee powder too, which is what I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to add 1 tablespoon of instant coffee powder to 180 grams or 3/4 cup of hot water. Give that a good mix and then add that to my batter, and then again using a whisk, mix that in until just combined. You don't want to overmix it. Okay, so that is our batter all done. It's so easy and it honestly just smells incredible. And now you just want to pour it into our prepared cake pan. Now once the batter is in, you just want to drop the cake tin lightly on the counter once to remove any large air bubbles. And now this is going to go into our preheated oven for 27 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean or with a few moist crumbs on it. Now once the cake is done, you want to immediately top it with 283 grams or 5.5 cups of mini marshmallows. That's 10 ounces in the US. And then just put the cake pan back in the oven for 3 minutes or until the marshmallows are slightly melted and puffed up. Okay, so the first part of our Mississippi mud cake is all done. It looks so cool, and now you just want to let this come to room temperature before we go ahead and prepare the frosting. So once the cake is cool, we are ready for the fudge frosting. So place a saucepan over a low to medium heat and add in 113 grams or 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 200 grams or 1 1/4 cups of semi-sweet chocolate, I use 50% dark chocolate, 113 grams or 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, 85 grams or 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of instant coffee powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Give that a good stir, and then you just want to let it melt and combine together. And as soon as it's silky smooth, you want to take it off the heat. You don't want to bring this to a simmer or, let it come to a boil. Now once the frosting is ready, I like to do an additional last step, which is to strain the mixture, just to get rid of any lumps that may be in the frosting. So my frosting is all done, it's still nice and warm, and my cake is at room temperature now, so I'm just going to evenly distribute the frosting all over the top of the cake. Now I just like to use a big spoon to spoon the frosting on top to make sure that it's evenly spread, because it can be hard to spread yourself once it's on because of the marshmallows. Now, once all the frosting is on the top, then you just want to give it a little bit of time to set, about maybe half an hour to an hour, and then your Mississippi mud cake is ready to slice and serve. This Mississippi mud cake is so rich, decadent, and gooey, it is a chocolate lover's dream. The cake has great chocolate flavor, the marshmallows add a soft gooey texture, and that fudge frosting is so rich and creamy, and it's not too sweet. It all just works together perfectly. That is just like another level of good. It is so delicious. The marshmallows just give it like this beautiful, beautiful cloudy texture when you bite into it, and that fudge frosting is just like ultra smooth. And one thing I love about this recipe is, with all the different elements in there, you'd think that this cake is like sickly sweet, but I promise you it is not. It's just like the perfect level of sweetness. So that is it for today, guys. If you do decide to give this delicious Mississippi mud cake a go, then please do leave a review on my blog. It really helps my content out, and I absolutely love hearing from you guys. I'll see you in the next video.